The Manacoach knows that if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. When you go in to buy a car, you are making a management decision. You measure the performance of a car, the size, the look, and the gas mileage. In most cases, you are giving up performance and luxury for gas mileage. Imagine if the dealers and manufacturers didn't disclose this information. How could you make an intelligent decision without reliable data? When you fill up your car, you are assuming that the unit of gas is in line with what you are paying. How do you know if the data you are getting at the pump is correct? If you paid attention to it and tracked it in the past, you might know that you are getting charged too much for a full tank of gas. Or you might be watching your gas gauge and notice a problem as you're filling the car. When you can buy 3 apples for $1, you are looking for the biggest and freshest apples available so you can get the most for your money. In managing our lives, our finances, our health, and our fitness levels, we are constantly measuring data. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. If you are paying someone $20 an hour, are you getting your money's worth? At the end of the day, the company has to be making a multiple of what you are paying your people. Otherwise, there is no profit. And with no profit, the company is not sustainable. Every person has to have a number or a way of being measured for their performance. Perhaps your IT person is saving you more than what you paid the outside contractor last year. Perhaps with your receptionist, the phone never rings more than 2 times and you get 4 or 5 positive replies when you systematically ask people calling in to rate their experience when they came or called in. At EOS Worldwide, we asked the management team if they were stranded on a desert island with no access to a phone or email, and once a week, your personal service attendant comes in your cabin with only 1 piece of paper or a scorecard. What would you want data on to know that your business and each of its departments were functioning at an optimal level? What are you tracking on a weekly basis to know that the company is on track? The Manacoach gets things done efficiently and effectively through others. Then how do you know if people are performing efficiently and effectively? Our clients eventually determine a scorecard that works and they review it on a weekly basis. If you don't know where you are, how do you know where you're going and how close you are to getting there? If I phone you and ask you what direction I head to get to Los Angeles, depending where you are, you will give me an answer. If you are in Seattle, you will tell me to head south. If you're in New York, you will tell me to head west. But most people forget a very important question. Where are you calling from? You are giving me advice on where to go, and you haven't determined where I am. Management teams do this more times than not. They attempt to determine where to go when they don't know where they are. So many companies go out of business because they don't know what to measure, and if they do, they don't review it on a regular basis. In your car, you have a dashboard of instruments providing you data. We usually look at the speedometer, but that gauge is of little use if we aren't paying attention to the gas gauge. We need to know if the engine is not overheating and if it is properly lubricated, or again, the speed is not sustainable. Numbers don't lie, whether you are measuring the ability of your car to perform well, or you are measuring your team or company's performance. Professional sports is a business. When a Manacoach in a professional baseball game is attempting to determine who to send up to bat at a critical moment, he is measuring and comparing impeccably kept data. Those businesses who keep this type of data in all areas and review it all the time run well. Having great sales is a great thing unless your engine is overheating or your organization is running out of gas. Start with those numbers that you review in your head that give you an indication of how things are performing. Share them with your team and review them at your weekly meeting. There are only 2 types of organizations that understand how important this is: those who do it and those who eventually wish they had done it sooner. Which one are you?